Hey, CJ Math students, welcome to homework 10.2, probability. Practice homework is due tomorrow. So we're working with experimental and theoretical probability. It says read and answer each of the questions below. Use the number bank to help check your solutions. Not all numbers will be used. So your answer has to be one of these, but not all of them will be used. So for instance, number 1. In the media cabinet at Jacqueline's house, there are 7 comedies. 7 comedies. 4 mysteries. And 1 documentary DVD. What is the probability of randomly selecting a mystery DVD? So we've got a total of 12. We've got mystery, which is 4 out of 12. And we want to obviously simplify that by dividing by 4. So we get our answer 1/3. We'll double check to make sure 1/3 is one of our answer choices. Yes, it is. It's right there. X it off. Move on to the next one. Number 3. The spinner below is spun 10 times. If the experimental probability of landing on a 3 is 1/2, then what is the difference between the experimental and the theoretical? So if we got the experimental was 1/2, the theoretical should be 1/3 because it's divided into thirds. So basically you're asking yourself, what's 1/2 minus 1/3? Let's go ahead and multiply this by 3, multiply this by 2. So we're really asking ourselves, what's the difference between 3/6 minus 2/6? And our answer is 1/3 again. The second 1/3 here up at the top, go ahead and cross it off and write 1/3 on the line. All right, let's circle your answers so we can easily see them. Number 5, a fair coin is tossed in the air 3 times. If the experimental probability of landing on tails is 2/3, then what is the difference between the experimental and the theoretical? So again, if we got experimental is 2/3, we know that in theory, a coin should be on heads or tails half the time, so 1/2. So then we're just going to subtract those two. So 2/3 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. So that's 4/6 minus 3/6. Which gives you 1/6. So go back up to the top, make sure 1/6 is an answer choice. In fact, it is. Cross it off, come back down, put 1/6 on the line, and circle it. All right? Go to the back side. For exercises 1 through 3, we're going to use the spinner at the right. So what's the probability of landing on C? So there's only one C there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 1/6. Oops, sorry, that's not where you want to write it. It's 1/6, which is B. So answer choice B goes on the line. What is the probability of not landing on D? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 6, right? So that is B again. So B. Let's look at number 9. Excuse me. So this is going to go here for number 8. My bad. This is number 8. So number 9. What is the experimental probability of tossing tails? So for exercise 9 and 10, Bailey tossed a coin 10 times. The results were 7 heads and 3 tails. So the experimental probability of tossing tails was just exactly her results. She got 3 out of 7. In theory, she should get a half, 5 out of 10, but she got 3 out of 3 out of 10. My fault. That's wrong, incorrect. B should be the answer. 3 out of 10. She got 3 tails and 10 tosses. Number 11, Micah and Joan are on the same softball team. Micah got 8 hits out of 48, so Micah is, Micah's 8 out of 48, and Joan is 12 out of 40. And if you break that down, 8 divided by 48 is about 0.166 repeated, whereas 12 divided by 40 is 0.3. Who do you think is more likely to get a hit next time? Explain. Obviously, in comparing these two, Joan has the bigger one. If you just plug in zeros, 300s is bigger than 1.66, right? Number 12, Talia tossed Penny many times. She got 40 heads and 60 tails. She said the experimental probability of getting heads was 40 out of 60. Something wrong with that 60 there. Remember, did she toss the coin only 60 times? Well, if she got 40 heads and 60 tails, she must have tossed it 100 times. So That's where she messed up. So write your answers out for 11 and 12 on those lines there. That's it. Call me for questions.